Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I had a special request to make a hat for my nephew who is turning 2 this month, and we believe he likes Chase from Paw Patrol. The matching scarf is on a separate video, the link is in the description box. For this project, we'll need acrylic yarn. This is a number 4 medium. We also need some brown yarn, a little bit of pink and yellow, gray and white, a 6mm hook, and a 5mm hook, a pair of scissors, yarn needle, and stitch markers. Alright, let's get started. To make the hat, I'm using 2 strings of yarn and a 6mm hook. Make a measure circle. Once you have the measure circle, 2 chains. 1, 2, and this does not count as a stitch. In the measure circle, place 10 double crochet. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Again, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through 2 loops. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Pull the tail to close the circle. To begin round 2, slip stitch into the first stitch. And I always like to carry the tail with me. 2 chains. 1, 2. In the same stitch, place 2 double crochet. 1, 2. The next stitch, 2 double crochet. 1, 2. 2 double crochet into every stitch. So we're increasing by placing 2 double crochet into every stitch. Total 20 stitches by the end of the round. To begin round 3, slip stitch into the first stitch, 2 chains. In the same stitch, place 1 double crochet, increase on the next stitch, so place 2 double crochet into the stitch. 1, 2, double crochet, increase. Repeat this all the way around, double crochet, increase. By the end of the round, there'll be 30 stitches. To begin round 4, slip stitch into the first stitch, 2 chains. On this round, place a double crochet into 2 stitches. 1, 2, then increase. Double crochet into 2 stitches, 1, 2, increase. And repeat this all the way around. By the end of the round, there will be 40 stitches. To begin round 5, slip stitch into the first stitch, 2 chains. On this round, place a double crochet into 1, 2, 3 stitches. That's 1, 2, 3, then increase. And the repeat for this round is double crochet into 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, then increase. By the end of the round, there will be 50 stitches. For the next 2 rounds are the easy rounds. Slip stitch into the first stitch, 2 chains. Place a double crochet into every stitch for 2 rounds. Total 50 stitches. And I'll meet you at the end of round 7. At the end of round 7, slip stitch into the first stitch, 1 chain, and cut yarn. Round 8 is a color changing round. Insert yellow yarn into the first stitch, tie a knot, insert hook, pull up a loop, 2 chains, 1, 2. Place a double crochet into every stitch all around. Total 50 stitches. And I'll meet you at the end of the round. At the end of round 8, slip stitch into the first stitch, 1 chain, and cut yarn. Round 9 is another color changing round. Insert brown yarn into the first stitch, tie a knot, and repeat round 8, which is double crochet into every stitch for 2 rounds. And I'll meet you at the end of round 10. After 2 rounds of double crochet with the brown yarn, slip stitch into the first stitch, 1 chain, cut yarn. The hat measures about 8.5 inches and 6 inches tall. The next part is making the ear flaps. I already have the markers in place. From here to here is 14 stitches, 11 stitches, 14 stitches, and 11 stitches. So my ear flap is starting with 11 stitches. Insert brown yarn. And I always like to tie a knot to secure the tail. Insert the hook. Pull up a loop, 2 chains to begin. Double crochet into 11 stitches. After 11 stitches, 2 chains, 1, 2, and turn. The first stitch is going to be a decrease. So double crochet 2 together. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, insert into the next stitch. Yarn over, pull up a loop, 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through 3 loops. That's a double crochet 2 together. Then double crochet into every stitch until the last 2 stitches. With the last 2 stitches at the end, make a double crochet 2 together. yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through the last 3 loops. Now that we have 9 stitches, 2 chains, and turn. And this is a repeat of row 2. Double crochet 2 together, then double crochet into every stitch until the last 2 stitches. With the last 2 stitches, double crochet 2 together. We now have 7 stitches. Repeat this row until there are 3 stitches left. At the end of row 5, with 3 stitches left, 1 chain, and turn, slip stitch into the first stitch, slip stitch into the next stitch, 1 chain, leave a long tail about 10 to 15 inches, then cut yarn. Repeat and do the same for the other ear flap, and I meet you at the end of the second ear flap on row 5 with 3 stitches. At the end of row 5, 3 stitches, 1 chain, and turn, single crochet into the first stitch, single crochet into the second stitch, single crochet into the third stitch. From here, single crochet along the edge and all the way around the entire hat and back here. Once we single crochet all the way around and back to the beginning, slip stitch into the first stitch, slip stitch into the second stitch, and leave a long tail, same length as the first ear flap. Cut a bunch of yarn twice the size of the tail. If it was 10 inches, then make it 20 inches. Attach them to the ear flap. Divide them into 3 groups and braid them together. Tie a knot at the end. And hide the tails into the center. Cut them evenly when both sides are done. The badge. I'm using 1 string of yarn with a 5mm hook. With the gray yarn, make a slip knot. With a 5mm hook, 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. At the end of the chain, this one, place 3 double crochet. That's 1. 2, and 1 more. 3. Now that we have 3 double crochet, 2 chains, and turn. In the first stitch, place 2 double crochet. One, 2. Double crochet into the next stitch, and 2 double crochet into the last stitch. 1, 2. And now we have a total of 5 stitches. 2 chains and turn. In the first stitch, 2 double crochet, 1, 2, double crochet into 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. On the last stitch, place 2 double crochet. Total 7 stitches. So we are increasing on the first and the last stitch. Each row we're increasing by 2 stitches until row 5 with 11 stitches. At the end of row 5 with 11 stitches, we're going to single crochet along the edge. Single crochet, single crochet, and try to keep your stitches evenly. Single crochet along the edge, and I meet you here. So we single crochet from here to here. And now slip stitch into the first stitch to join the round. 1 chain, and leave a long tail, then cut yarn. For the next part of the badge, with white yarn, make a magic circle. One chain, then place 12 double crochet into the magic circle. 1, and 12. Now that we have 12 double crochet, pull the tail to close the circle. Slip stitch into the center of the magic circle. 1 chain. Cut yarn and pull tight. Again, we're working with the white yarn. Make another magic circle. This time we're placing 6 single crochet. 1, 6. Pull the tail to close the circle. Slip stitch into the first stitch. 1 chain. Cut yarn and repeat to make 2 more. Now that we have all the pieces for the badge, stitch them together like this and set it aside. There are 2 parts of the ear. With pink yarn, make a slip knot. With a 5mm hook, 2 chains. On the first chain, place 3 single crochet. That's 1, 2, 3. 1 chain and turn. On the first stitch, place 2 single crochet. 1, 2, single crochet into the next stitch, increase, so place 2 single crochet into the last stitch. Total 5 stitches. One chain and turn. On the first stitch, increase, so 2 single crochet. Then single crochet until the last stitch. On the last stitch, make an increase. And now we have 7 stitches. One chain and turn. On the first stitch, increase. Then single crochet into every stitch until the last stitch. Increase on the last stitch. Total 9 stitches. From here, one chain and turn, place a single crochet into every stitch for total of 9 rows, so no increasing for 9 rows. After 9 rows of single crochet, on row 14, one chain and turn, single crochet 2 together. Single crochet into every stitch until the last 2 stitches. On the last 2 stitches, single crochet 2 together. And we have 7 stitches. One chain and turn. On the next 2 stitches, single crochet 2 together. Insert, yarn over, pull up a loop, insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3 loops. Then single crochet into every stitch until the last 2 stitches. Single crochet the last 2 stitches together. One chain and turn, single crochet 2 together, single crochet, and single crochet the last 2 stitches together. Total 3 stitches. One chain, leave a long tail and cut yarn. Repeat and make one more. Part 2 of the ear, and this part is very similar to the hat. With brown yarn, make a magic circle. Instead of using double crochet, we are using single crochet. Place 3 single crochet into the magic circle. 1, 2, 3. Pull the tail to close the circle. Then slip stitch into the first stitch. I know it's a little bit challenging, but it will get easier. And as you can see, I'm also struggling. Okay, so I got it through. One chain. Place 2 single crochet into every stitch. Total 6 stitches. Then slip stitch into the first stitch. I know it's very difficult to see with this yarn, but we're making increased rounds with single crochet, and you can check the numbers on the screen. We're increasing by 3 stitches on every round. Increase until round 10 with 30 stitches. And I meet you on round 11. Round 11 is an easy round. Slip stitch into the first stitch. One chain. Place a single crochet into every stitch for 12 rounds. So, no increasing for 12 rounds. And I meet you on round 23. After 12 rounds of single crochet, to begin this round, slip stitch into the first stitch, one chain, then single crochet into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stitches. And 8. On the next 2 stitches, decrease. So single crochet 2 together. Insert, yarn over, pull up a loop, insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 3 loops. Single crochet into 8 stitches, then single crochet 2 together. Insert, yarn over, pull up a loop, insert into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3 loops. Repeat one more time. Total 27 stitches by the end of the round. Round 24, slip stitch into the first stitch, one chain. In this round, single crochet into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stitches. After 7 stitches, single crochet 2 together. And repeat this 2 more times. By the end of the round, there will be 24 stitches. So we're making decrease rounds. Decrease until we have 12 stitches left, and I meet you on round 29. With 12 stitches, slip stitch into the first stitch, one chain, and leave a long tail, then cut yarn. Repeat and make one more. Once part 1 and part 2 are done, attach the pink to the brown, and it would be a good idea to use stitch marker to hold it in position. Then stitch all the way around. Make sure to only stitch into the first layer of the brown. Once we have all the pieces together, it is time to attach them to the hat. I use the stitch marker to hold the ear in place. Make sure to line it up with the ear flap and on the first round of the brown yarn. Stitch around the edge, across from here, and also the top here. But if you find a better way, please feel free to do so. Do the same with the badge. Hold it in place with stitch markers. It sits on the brown yarn and on round 5 from the top of the hat. Stitch it all around. Please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button and the notification bell, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!